If you're a white man, you will now be charged more for this one thing effective immediately. There's been a lot of talk about racism in America, which has sparked protests and riots to allegedly push for change and promote equality. While these resolves are never what comes of the violent outbursts, what it has resulted in is real, actual racism in reverse. However, that's apparently acceptable so long as it's anyone white who is on the receiving end of unfair treatment. It's a strange dichotomy that Democrats constantly accuse Republicans of being racist, yet they are actually racist in demands and decisions they make. This latest one being the most blatant, which was put in place seemingly as payback for white males allegedly being inherently racist. While we don't condone slavery or racism that took place in our country's history, the white males of today who were not there to support it and don't do so now, can't accept responsibility for it either. However, that hasn't stopped one ultra-irate liberal from imposing racist justice pricing on white males only, charging them more for his product than everyone else. Despite this being actual racism, the left doesn't seem to have a single issue with it. In fact, most probably think it's genius. You won't see a riot, violence of any kind over it, despite the obvious racism it's promoting. A liberal filmmaker has just proven that real racism is an epidemic on the left. The Daily Wire reports, super woke Canadian filmmaker Sherrod Higgins has implemented his own so-called justice pricing policy, where he charges white males an extra $5 to view his movie. The 27-year-old filmmaker, yes, he's a millennial, can you believe it, is charging white males $15 a ticket and all others $10, apparently as a way to level out all that white male privilege. Higgins told the Canadian press that the justice pricing is not a publicity stunt but based on the purchasing power of individual groups and price discrimination. Just as it's his prerogative to charge people whatever he wants based on their gender and/or skin color, consumers can also choose to not play into that disgusting game and probably don't want to see his rhetoric-riddled film anyway. It's not a stunt. Liberals believe this garbage. Liberals think it makes sense to charge someone more money because of the color of their skin, young conservatives reported. That's the literal definition of racism. They don't see it this way, they see it as spreading awareness, waking people up, creating equality, through divisiveness, and making things fair again for one race which suffered unfair treatment years before this current generation was even born. If it were reversed, there would be rioting over this already, real death threats and actual violence because of it, not just conversation.